Hey everybody, Mike here, and you're watching The Buzz, a series where I talk about all the latest news regarding the Transformers Universe Bumblebee spin-off. And today we have a lot of news regarding casting, but before we head into that casting news, let's talk about filming. Filming for this movie will begin on July 31st, and it will shoot entirely in the state of California. They got a big tax break to do this in California, and they're going to shoot this entire thing in the States. So very much unlike the Michael Bay world-skipping movies, this one will only be taking place in California. Now, does that mean that this movie will be actually set in California in the year 1985? Who knows? It very well could be. Of course, there could be a little bit of state hopping, and they just kind of film in California, just like there's a lot of filming done in California and Georgia that represent other places of the world. So it doesn't mean the whole movie takes place in California, but they will be shooting the whole movie in California. Now, as far as the casting news, we of course know that Hailee Steinfeld is going to be the main character, or main human character in this movie. We hope that Bumblebee is actually going to be the main character, but we know that's not going to happen. So Hailee Steinfeld will be the main human lead, and we did get an announcement first before some other casting news about the lead male character. And the actor playing this other character next to Hailee Steinfeld is another mechanic, and the actor's name is Jorge Lendeborg Jr. And you probably don't know who Jorge Lendeborg Jr. is because he has not been in many things. He did have a very brief role in Spider-Man Homecoming. When I first heard this, I did not know who he was. I was like, I'm trying to picture him in Spider-Man Homecoming. I couldn't quite place him. Well, he is actually one of the people that on the school's little news station, along with Betty Brant. He's got a very small role in the movie, but it's more of a comedic role. So he's in that. He's not really in much else. Now, the concern that I have in this is that they don't go another romantic way for this movie. It would just kind of be nice for a Transformers movie without the human romance plot that detracts away from the main plot of the movie. Now, it worked in the first Transformers movie with Sam and Michaela because it's kind of the direction that it was heading for. So I think if they do that again with a movie centered around Bumblebee, it's going to feel way too similar to the 2007 movie. Now, you might be thinking, well, the 2007 movie is arguably the best one, so that might be a good thing. Yes, but the way that they're going to be doing this movie, I wish that they just kind of focus more on Hailee Steinfeld's character alongside Bumblebee, and we do kind of have some information to back this up. Lorenzo de Bonaventura had this interview, and he said that the main focus of this movie is going to be on Hailee Steinfeld's character and Bumblebee. Now then, there's the fact that we really can't trust what Lorenzo de Bonaventura says because he says a lot of things that does not happen, as evident in Transformers The Last Night. So who really knows at this point? But I kind of hope they take this, the whole romance thing that's going on with these Transformers movies and kind of just put it to the side this time. I don't want to see a romance plot. I just want to see, a friendship plot for once between a Transformer and a human. Now, we got that with Sam and Bumblebee in the original movies. But it wasn't really focused on just Sam and Bumblebee. When we have a Bumblebee spinoff, I want that human friendship to be the main driving force of the film. If we have a romance plot with the humans, that takes away from Bumblebee's movie in a way, if you get what I'm saying. It's another side plot that doesn't need to be explored because this is Bumblebee's movie. This is a Bumblebee spin-off movie. So if we have human romance off to the side, that's just that much that's taken away from Bumblebee being the focus of this film. So I really hope they don't go that way. It's kind of a 50-50 shot if they do or not, but we'll end up seeing. Now, what kind of maybe supports Lorenzo de Bonaventura's thoughts on the matter is that there were some more kids that were announced, and I feel like this has a good opportunity to be kind of like a group of kids with the main focus being on Hailee Steinfeld's character. So that would definitely be a plus. That's something that hasn't been done yet for the Transformers movies. We saw this, a little glimpse of this in Transformers The Last Night with the kids exploring Chicago, but it didn't last long at all. The kids didn't even have names in the movie. So we had the romance in Transformers 1, we had the romance in Transformers 2, we had the romance in Transformers 3, we had the awful romance in Transformers 4, like, awful romance. I'm like, the character of Shane was so unnecessary for that movie, and the romance was so forced into it, right? So, like, Jack Rayner, he's a great character, I mean, not great character, he's a great actor, he's a great guy, but just his character was so unnecessary in the movie. And then in Transformers The Last Knight, we also had romance thrown in there, and it was kind of like, is this really necessary? Like, it just, especially the whole part with the submarine, I won't go into spoiler territory, but the submarine scene, it was just like, okay, let's move forward a little bit. I mean, it kind of worked with Mark Wahlberg's character, because it's kind of what it's kind of character growth based on the fourth movie, but at the same time, it's like, oh my goodness, we see this in every single Transformers movie. So let's go ahead and move on to the actors that were named to be in this possibility of a group of kids, and they are, the first one is Jason Drucker, and he has been mainly on Nickelodeon, and he was in the latest Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie that came out earlier this year. Now, if you notice, I think a few of these actors are with Nickelodeon. Now, Nickelodeon kind of seems to have a bit of an unspoken relationship with the Transformers franchise. Isabella Moner was from Nickelodeon. They have a lot of advertisements on Nickelodeon. They are at the Kids' Choice Awards with Nickelodeon, so they kind of have something going on there. And we noticed that again with this type of casting. So he's done a lot of stuff on Nickelodeon, Jason Drucker has. The next character or actor that has been cast in a role is Abby Quinn, and she has really done nothing of interest. She's been in a couple of small things, nothing that anyone would really know about. The next actor or actress is Rachel Crow. Now, Rachel Crow is an interesting one because she actually was on the X Factor for a season. I don't know how far along she got, but she was on the singing show The X Factor. She was also a voice in Rio 2, and she is also a Nickelodeon actor, so she's been on some Nickelodeon stuff. I believe she was on a show for a little while. And now the next actor is Ricardo Hoyos, and he was on Degrassi, a very long-running popular show. He was on a couple of different iterations of it. I really don't keep up with how Degrassi does their stuff, but they seem to have kind of like new subtitles every once in a while for their show. But he was in a couple of different things for Degrassi, and he was in quite a few episodes, if I remember looking back at his IMDb page. The next one is Gracie, and I'm going to butcher this last name, Dzienny. I don't know. It's Dzienny. Very interesting last name. She's just been on some Nickelodeon stuff. She was on a Nickelodeon TV show and a couple of small things here and there. Evan, that's it. Evan, of course, Jorge Lendeborg Jr., who was in Spider-Man. So those are the group of kids that have been cast in this Bumblebee movie, and I kind of just hope that all of them are pushed off to the side and we get the main focus on Haley Steinfeld and Bumblebee, because it would be something different. Now, the group of friends thing, that would be different too. I would definitely welcome that. I just kind of hope they stay away from the romance this time, because it's been done 5 times so far, and 4 of those times were people like falling in love in the movie. We saw that in the first Transformers movie. We didn't see it in Revenge of the Fallen because it was still Michaela. But then in the third movie, we had Sam with his new girlfriend. The fourth movie, we had Tessa and Shane. And in the fifth movie, we had Cade and Vivian. So we just keep seeing the reused romance plot over and over and over again. And it's time for some change, because this is a new director. It's a prequel. It's a new writer. Let's do something different this time. So those are my thoughts on the casting. The casting, I really don't know as far as their performance is going to be, but I hope they do a good job. Nickelodeon kind of scares me a little bit, but Isabella Moner did a good job in Age of Extinction, I think. Very small role, but she wasn't an annoying character like I thought she had the possibility of being. I think she did a great job in it. So let's hope that these kids do the same, and then this Bumblebee movie is the much-needed improvement that the Transformers franchise needs. I'm hesitantly excited for this. a little disappointed with the last night, so I hope that this new direction for the franchise ends up doing it some good, get some good critic reviews. I don't know, that's kind of my expectations, but let's hope. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the comment section below. Do you want a romance plot in the Bumblebee spinoff? Also let me know in the comment section below. Curious to know your thoughts on that. And until next time, I'm Mike. See you guys.